Let's dive into this a horrifying story regarding a beautiful 20-year-old Yareni Rios-Gonzalez who was arrested in Colorado, placed in the back of a patrol car on a railroad track, and then struck by a freight train. With that, let's get into this. This unfortunate story starts September 16th, 2022, when 20-year-old Yareni Rios-Gonzalez is pulled over and placed in the back of a patrol car before a freight train slammed into the car, leaving her hospitalized with serious injuries. I cannot believe that she actually survived being hit by a train. She stopped her truck just beyond a set of railroad tracks, and the cop parked behind her on the tracks before stepping out and walking up to her. She was then placed in the back seat of the patrol car as the Platteville cop and two Fort Lupton police officers searched her truck. Why would you park your car on the train tracks? That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I just cannot wrap my head around the stupidity of this police officer. What caused this beautiful 20-year-old Yareni Rios-Gonzalez to get pulled over and detained, handcuffed in the back of a police cruiser on a set of railroad tracks? This town is about 35 miles north of Denver. She was suspected of threatening another driver with a gun when a Platteville police officer pulled her over. And of course, we know he stopped on the tracks. Why would you not stop before the tracks? Why would you stop on the tracks and not maybe get on your little blowhorn and say, please move up, you're on the tracks? It's absolutely ridiculous is the only word that I can totally think of that could even put a word to this officer. The Platteville police officer investigating a road rage incident stopped her at 7:30 p.m. near US 85 and Weld County Rd 38 after someone called a 911 and said the woman had been tailgating their vehicle and pulled out a gun. As of now, the police have not confirmed if she had a gun in her car or not. After she is pulled over, two Fort Lupton police officers arrived and they detained the woman, a Greeley resident who I just said was suspected of having a firearm, and this was reported by the CBI. At this point, the officers place her in the back of the Platteville officers' patrol car and went to search her vehicle to see if they could find the gun that was called in for her having road rage and waving a gun outside of the window. At that point, a train traveling northbound then hit the police car. But let's continue. When you watch the full video and you see that they place her in the back of the cruiser behind the driver's side, the train is coming to the north, so when the train hits the car, it hits the passenger side. Now, looking at this car, I cannot believe that this young girl survived being hit by a train because of the stupidity of a police officer. Unfortunately, Yareni was hospitalized with a significant brain injury, but no officers were hurt in the crash. Did you not see the train coming in time to maybe move the cruiser that should not have been on the tracks anyways? The CBI, though, are investigating this incident, and the officer that parked his car on the railroad tracks has been put on administrative leave with pay. And then confirmed by the Platteville Police Chief, Carl Dwyer, the officer involved was put on paid administrative leave while an investigation into the incident that happened on Friday, September 16th continues. As Yareni Rios-Gonzalez remains hospitalized with serious injuries but is expected to survive. Well, that is good news. But can you imagine if this was your daughter? I mean, how stupid does one have to be? Do they not teach them? I can't even wrap my head around the stupidity of this police officer. What the Platteville Police Chief Carl Dwyer needs to do is fire this police officer that they refuse to put his name out there right now, but I am going to find out who he is and post his picture on my community post. Where are we? Yareni faces who knows what. I can't even imagine. I do know that she was taken to the Greeley Hospital for treatment. They say she is expected to survive and she has brain injuries. Absolutely horrendous. I hope that her family sues this police department for everything they have, both of them. And they also called Yareni Rios-Gonzalez a felony and menacing a suspect. Well, your stupidity put her into the hospital with brain injuries because you decided to park your patrol car on the railroad tracks. Also interesting that I read, I know the CBI is handling, and they're saying that due to many elements of the collision, the investigation is being managed in a bifurcated manner. And then, of course, the Bureau can't release specific details, which I don't know why. I mean, at the end of the day, it is the officer's fault. But the agents are actively investigating its portion of the case through interviews and a comprehensive review of evidentiary material from the scene. So, what are your thoughts on this story? I do pray that she somehow recovers from this traumatic brain injury. I will stay updated on this story and let you guys know what is going on. And with that, it is a wrap. Everyone, keep your baby safe and stay vigilant. I am out.